The night I got lost in this town, the rain didn't just fall, it erased everything between these forgotten mountains. And then I saw him, a figure with glowing eyes watching me from the shadows. Stay with me, because this story will haunt your nightmares. It all began a week ago, on a stormy night. I was driving along a winding road that snaked through remote mountains, a place where cell signals were a luxury and maps seemed like fiction. My destination was a small retreat, but the storm caught me off guard. The rain was so thick the windshield wipers could barely keep up, and suddenly my car died in the middle of nowhere. I turned off the engine and grabbed my flashlight, stepping out into the biting cold. The wind howled through the peaks, and the fog wrapped everything in a gray shroud. Far off, through the curtain of water, I saw a faint glow. I thought it might be a cabin or a shelter, so I walked toward it, slipping in the mud and stumbling over hidden rocks. What I found wasn't a refuge, but a town nestled between the mountains, as if nature had swallowed it centuries ago. The houses were made of wood and stone, with sagging roofs and broken windows, covered in moss and vines. The air smelled of wet earth and something else, something ancient, as if time had stopped there, trapped by the surrounding peaks. I took shelter under the awning of an abandoned shop, trying to dry off a bit, and that's when I noticed him. A figure standing at the end of the street, wrapped in a long coat and a soaked hat, holding a lantern that cast a dim light. But what froze my blood were his eyes, two bright points that seemed to pierce right through me, like beacons in the dark. I blinked, and he was gone. I convinced myself it was a mirage caused by exhaustion, but as I explored the narrow, steep streets flanked by shadowy cliffs, I realized this place didn't appear on any map. The rain never stopped, and the silence was oppressive, broken only by the constant drip and the occasional flash of that lantern reappearing in the mountain shadows. The more I ventured into the town, the stranger it became. The streets seemed to twist and shift, as if the mountains were molding it to their will, locking me in a natural maze. I found a small house with its doors ajar, and inside was a desk covered in dust. On it lay an old journal, its pages swollen with moisture and smeared with faded ink. With trembling hands, I opened it. The words were nearly illegible, but I managed to decipher fragments. They spoke of a town lost between the mountains, vanished during an eternal storm over a century ago. Its inhabitants, according to the text, were taken by a shadow that watched them from the mist, an entity the author called the Rain Guardian. My heart raced. Was this that cursed town? That night, as I tried to find a way out along the rocky trails, I heard footsteps behind me. They were slow, deliberate, echoing against the wet cobblestones and the cliff's natural amphitheater. I turned, and there he was again, the Lantern Man, closer this time. His eyes glowed with an intensity that paralyzed me, and I swear I heard a low, almost inhuman growl, amplified by the canyon-like surroundings. I ran, slipping on the slick ground, but every corner led me back to him. I tried to return to the road where I'd left my car, but it had vanished, swallowed by the storm and the mountain shadows. I was trapped, isolated by nature and this unsettling presence. Days passed, and the figure wouldn't leave me alone. Sometimes I saw him across the street. Other times his lantern flickered in a high window or among the trees on the slopes. I found more journal pages scattered around the town, some hidden under stones or inside cold chimneys. They spoke of rituals to appease the guardian, of offerings left under the rain, but also of how some tried to escape and never returned. Was he a vengeful spirit protecting this place? Or a punishment for something I did unknowingly? I don't know, but I feel him studying me, waiting for something. I've started recording every encounter, hoping someone can help me unravel this before the mountains swallow me forever. I can't keep running. It's been nearly a week, and the rain shows no mercy. My clothes are soaked to the bone, my energy is fading, and the mountains seem to close in more each day, as if they want to crush me. I've decided to confront him. I took the lantern I found in one of the houses. It feels warm to the touch, as if it has a life of its own, and the journal pages said it was the key to communicating with the Guardian. And I'm heading to the central square, a clearing surrounded by dark peaks where I've seen him most. The air is thick with a tension that weighs on my chest. The wind whistles through the rocks, but I need answers. Who are you? Why am I here? What do you want from me? A deep hum began to fill the air, echoing off the mountains, and the figure emerged from the mist, his lantern raised like a sinister beacon. Speak, damn it! Give me a sign! A strong wind shook the camera, the lantern light flickered, and the figure extended a bony hand. The rain intensified, the screen filled with static, a scream cut the audio, and everything went black. If you're seeing this, I don't know what happened. The rain, it's inside my head now, like a constant whisper that won't let me think. The figure didn't speak, but I felt it pulling at me, as if it wanted to drag me into the depths of these mountains. I tried to run, but the ground trembled, and the lantern went out in my hands. I'm uploading this from a weak signal I barely managed to catch with my phone, hidden in a cave I found. Pray it doesn't cut out. Subscribe, hit the bell, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Have you heard of a town like this between mountains? What would you do in my place? If this video disappears or the channel goes silent, you'll know I didn't make it, that the rain and the guardian claimed me. I'll try to update you, but I can't promise anything, because I feel the mountains won't.